making sure the mic isn't flaring up. Last time it was flaring up quite violently, and I wanted to make sure that wasn't happening.
Well, if you...
Very good. Perfect. Hello, welcome to the Daring Player Squad channel. My name is Rashi.
And I'm Joyce.
And we're back with more Ace Attorney. Bad voice dubs. Bad voice dubs. Anyway, yeah, so this is completely new territory for me and Joyce. Like the previous game before, we have never gone this far in the Ace Attorney Chronicles as we have now. So, after a short little taste break, a little palate cleanser, so to speak, with a little game called Backbone, we are back with Ace Attorney. Hello, Grocknar.
Hey, Grocknar. Excellent.
I know he's here to. I didn't. What's the word I'm looking for? I didn't advertise this to the channel, but yes, there will be some
countdown to the classy.
There will be some. There will be some eating of durian-related object here. But I will probably make a proper one maybe in the next week or so. I'll probably get Joyce to bring me back some on her way home, so we have a plethora of durian snacks, and we'll figure out what we want to. Maybe we'll play Ace Attorney Bad Voice Dubs while I persevere through various other pieces of durian-related objects, but
that's up to you.
Yeah, we'll do it next week. I don't know. I say next week, but I'm also super busy next week as well. There's the.
Oh, you'll have another dinner.
We have dinner on Saturday, but that's Saturday afternoon, and then we have.
Oh, you have lunch with Mom.
Yeah, that's Saturday afternoon next week, 16, which is a Saturday, and then on the Sunday we have the rib fest situation. So, yeah. Or actually, no, we could do it simultaneously. That's me asking my mother not to stuff me full of food in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So in the evening, I can just stay in Port Coquitlam and go to the Rib Fest festival. But anyway, we'll figure that out. But yeah, we're back.
That's asking too much.
Yeah. Also, yeah. This is a countdown to Clown Classy, to the Classy. We maybe we'll do something special for that, but that will be for a little while, considering it's the 4th. Yeah, it's the 4th case in this game, so we'll see how fast we can get there. But yes, hello everybody in the chat. I see some of you are being lovely looking characters on the bottom. I'm glad people are finding out that I have a series of sprites that you can be. I put in a lot of time a while ago to make sure that happened, so you can totally do that. I think they're all free. I haven't attached any prices to it because it's just no point.
We're here to just fuck around and let you find out.
But yeah, one thing I haven't done yet is I haven't gone in and changed a lot of the alerts since the first time, so it's just going to be the usual alerts.
That's fine.
For my prior alerts, I was able to put things like sprites and stuff and sounds from the game, so that'll be for next week, I think. Yeah. But without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and start this game again from the start, because last time we did a bit of a preview, but I think now that we're in a better situation, we can kind of like go ahead and do this properly. And when I mean properly, I mean terribly. Just want to make sure that this mouse is not in the way. Boop.
On the western edge of the Far East, lies a peaceful country of spirit mediums and mystery. The kingdom of Kurain. But now, the flames of revolution are threatening to consume it whole.
No, not Tibet!
But things like revolt and revolution were the furthest things from my mind when I first arrived in this land.
The foreign turnabout.
The ethnic turnabout.
I don't like the way you said ethnic.
Ethnic. Ooh, spooky Magatama.
Here in Kurain, death is not the end. Even after death, the soul lives on in the Twilight Realm. and priestesses can commune with the spirits of the dead. Fear not death. In the name of the Holy Mother.
I think it was the dude who was saying this.
Was it?
Whatever.
Fear only the impurities of your soul. Oh yeah, it might have been
Murder!
Yeah, I think it actually might have been
some dude, yeah. Quick, someone
hippie Jesus.
Someone give me a voice for Tibet Jesus.
Not to the Shadow Realm. He's been sent into the Shadow Realm.
Give me voices for Tibet Jesus. April 23rd, Kingdom of Kurain. Which is not to be mistaken for the village of Kurain. Apparently, they're two different places.
Yeah, that's right. There's you have like several Vancouvers. There's 2 Londons.
Yeah.
There's York and then New York. Yeah, this shit happens.
Yeah. Whew, I'm finally here. So this is the Kingdom of Kurain, huh?
Oh, give him the hippie voice,
yeah.
the Southern California.
Give him Lloyd's voice. What a long trip. I wonder how many hours I was in the air.
Too long.
But just look at this place.
Wayward, hello. What a fucking tourist.
Get a load of the street. It really feels like I'm in another world here. How ethnic.
God, I have to climb those stairs? I'm never gonna make it.
And that gorgeous temple. I read that's the center of town. Wow, and an ox in the middle of the street? I have to get a picture of that. Super ethnic.
Excuse me, sir.
I wonder what kind of bird that is. I've never seen anything like it. That's quite a crest it has on its head.
Excuse me, sir.
Oh, yes?
Pardon me, but are you Mr. Wright?
Yes, that's right. Oops, hope he hasn't been trying to get my attention all this time. Wait a minute. Are you?
That's right. I'll be your guide, at your service. I'm a monk in training at the Temple, and I'll be your guide around town.
Oh, Temple.
God. It's very nice to meet you. Happy Raki. Oh God, I'm gonna hate myself.
Happy what now?
I'm gonna hate myself. Happy Raki. That's how we greet people here in Kurain. It's like hello or how do you do. It's a pretty handy expression to know.
Okay, let me give it a try. Hello, I'm Phoenix Wright. Happy Raki. Happy Raki? My name is Phoenix Wright, and I run a small law office. Well, that's what I do back home anyway. Right now, I'm just a traveler, a stranger in a strange land. A very ethnic land. Super ethnic.
Welcome to our country. Welcome to the Kingdom of Kurain, land of spirit mediums and mystery.
Elizabeth.
This is for you!
Oh, is it a Magatama pastry?
It is, to celebrate your arrival.
Speaking of mystery, what is this mysterious green lump exactly?
Is it a Magatama mochi?
Yeah.
Allow me to explain. This is a famous Kurainese sweet bun. It's called Magataman, or soul bun. It's shaped like a Magatama. It's so yummy it'll send your soul right to the Twilight Realm, into the Shadow Realm.
Well, somebody's gonna have to have the Pegasus voice.
Oh God.
Not like the proper. I say proper Pegasus voice, but really,
for
Karibo did like a really good job, just basically doing his ultra metrosexual voice for Pegasus. That doesn't exactly make me eager to try it.
Yugi boy.
Yugi boy. Thanks. I think I'll indulge later.
That will be 20 damas. Thank you for your
Oh,
patronage.
this kid's hustling me. I have to pay?
I always have plenty of those on hand, so just let me know when you want any more.
He's so heavy. He's still left heavy. Like, no wonder his bag looks so heavy. It's stuffed with all the tools of his trade.
Oops, I almost forgot to tell you something really important. It's about Miss Maya. She can't come see you for a few days yet.
Yeah, when I called her from the airport, she said she was still training up in the mountains. I told her I'd wait for her here. Either way, I was glad to hear she's in good spirits. Literally and figuratively. Maya Fey. She's a spirit medium who used to work as my assistant.
She's all grown up now.
Grown up in 3D, baby.
Holy shit, she's all grown up now.
That is a romantic little flashback. That is that is not nice. That is inappropriate.
She's my little sister, God.
I came all this way out here to celebrate the end of her ascetic training with her. Aesthetic, yeah, I think so. Albie, this is my first time in this country, so I'll be counting on you, okay?
Albie, God. It's perfect.
Albie? It's Albie.
You got it, sir. Please don't hesitate if you need anything at all.
Montreal.
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 Real.
Montreal.
Montreal.
It's my favorite English jokes. Alright, with the perfect pronunciations, yes. Got a lot of phlegm in the back there. You got it. There we go. Maya was right when she told me I could leave everything to your. Maya was right when she told me I could leave everything in your capable hands.
Oh, shucks. She said that? That sure was something.
Sorry, for some reason skipping really fast.
I had a chance to show Miss Maya around a little bit, too.
If there's one person Maya was worried about, it's me. Because we both know how Trouble likes to follow you wherever you go, she said. That girl worries too much.
But you sure came early to the party, Mr. Right, sir.
Oh, look at Albie. He's so cute.
Oh, I mean, Miss Maya won't be done with her training for another 2 weeks.
I hate to admit it, but I came early because I was worried about her too. Oh, well, you know, I thought I'd get a little sightseeing first.
Oh, sightseeing? Well, I'm your man for that.
Oh, huff.
I'll show you all the best sights this country has to offer. You can walk from one end to the other.
Thanks, that would be great. I guess Albie takes his job very seriously.
Well, what are we waiting for? Those sights aren't going to see themselves.
Yikes! You don't have to shove.
First stop, Temple, right in the center of town. There's something I really want to show you.
It's Temple's excellent strip club. It's like, it's like all aesthetically pleasing on the outside, but like a very like clandestine operation in the middle.
You know, I'm just imagining for the rest of this visit here in Kurain, when you have to like go between points, you know, like go back to the temple, you're like, fuck these fucking stairs, and then you're like done there and you're like, I swear to fucking God.
I forgot something back downstairs. Oh. Wow, it's even more impressive up close.
Allow me to explain. This is the heart of our town, Temple. It was created on the founder of Kurainism, the Holy Mother herself. I'm training right here at this temple to be a monk someday.
Strip club of Smithers, but with Edgeworth instead. I read that the people of this country are all adherents of Kurainism. According to my guidebook, it's a religion with ancestral spirit. According to my guidebook, it's a religion in which ancestral spirits are venerated.
Sounds fair. The Holy Mother was a great spirit medium who could commune with her ancestors' souls. And spirit mediums become queen to this day, direct descendants of the Holy Mother.
A spirit medium rules the entire country, huh? Talk about power and influence.
The main thing you'll want to see when you come to Temple is the dance of devotion rite.
Oh.
Hey man, you said this is a strip club, you're rolling. The dance of devotion takes place twice, once in the morning and once in the afternoon. This dance, along with a song of ceremony, is performed in offering to the Holy Mother. The dance of devotion has the power to summon forth...
He's just going off.
The ways of lives around...
Hold it, slow down. I can't remember all of that at once.
Ah! Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I got a little overexcited.
Anyway, the main thing I got from all of that is that you really, really love your country.
Well, that sure is true.
I like this kid. He pours his heart into everything he does.
Let's see. I guess I just explained about half of what I usually explain. So I'll give you a special discount and only charge you 10 damas for the tour fee.
Oh my god, this kid's
Wow.
hustling me.
Thank you for your patronage.
I guess he pours his heart into aggressive salesmanship too.
Come to think of it, Miss Maya told me she could tell I love my country too. We stood here for about an hour while I told her all about the Holy Mother. Wow.
Really? An hour? Oh, I hope that counted as patience training.
And she seemed really interested too. She listened to my whole speech.
Huh, that doesn't sound like Maya I know. That doesn't sound like the Maya I know.
Miss Maya is so kind and nice. She treats me really well, like a little brother. She's kind of like a big sister to me.
This is Maya Fey you're talking about, right? Maybe she's grown up since I've last saw her. Clang clang!
I mean, it has been a couple years, yeah.
And she's been training quite a while.
Oh no!
Oh, what's the matter?
Is it that time already? We have to hurry to the temple right away! But first, let me give you this lyrics card for the Song of Ceremony I told you about. There's an English translation of the lyrics here too, so give it a read, okay? Let's go!
But why the big rush?
If we don't hurry, we'll miss the beginning of her benevolence's dance of devotion!
Her benevolence? Oh shit. 6'10".
Aw, kid's got a crush.
She's my cherry pie! Go water! 10 miles. Give it up for her benevolence! I'm sorry, okay. She's what? She's 8? But she's like 15.
I'm pretty sure she's the next queen as well.
Ooh. Nah, I just can't. I can't get the song stuck out of my head. She's my cherry pie, cool drink of water, 10 miles high, looks so good, old man cry, sweet cherry pie. Hit it. Sorry. I think this is 3D. This has to be 3D. That's way too fluid for 2D.
No, this looks 2D.
It's like I want to dance for you or anything. Oh god, here comes the jack boots. This feels like 3D.
No, what?
I didn't do it.
I'll be your guide. You're under arrest for treason.
He's 8. Give him a minute. Dude, you're just drawing like 8 guns on this poor child. Like, this place is wrecked. This is fucked up.
She just like
She's like-
dances through the whole thing, like does not break. Absolute professionalism. Modern Warfare Phoenix, right?
The accused lobby. Let me in. Why won't you let me in? Cause you're a foreigner. What business could you have with this court? I told you, my friend is on trial in there. The police raided the temple in the middle of the dance performance yesterday and arrested Albie on suspicion of treason. I was worried about Albie, so I just had to come and see this trial. This trial's a tourist attraction, so clear off! If you want a picture for your scrapbook, take one of me and get out of here! Look, you got it all wrong. Just great. Well, I guess there's only one thing to do. I'm his lawyer. Yes, I'm a foreigner, but I'm not your average foreigner. What? I'm actually a lawyer. Back home, anyway. What? A lawyer? I can't. That's not possible. What's he so shocked about? Well, whatever. Now's my chance. Nothing wrong with a lawyer. Well, I'm sorry.
In a courtroom, yeah.
In a courtroom. Wait, get back here, you!
Wow, you just like blew past a man with a semiotic rifle.
No fucks given. Like, bro, I've been shot at, clubbed it in the head. Like,
and fallen off a bridge.
yeah, so this is a Kuranese courtroom. Ooh, is he gonna have a Texas accent? I wonder. Wait, isn't that her benevolence? What's she doing in a court? Oh god, do I also give him a Texas accent? The divination seance has been performed. I will now hand down my verdict against the accused. Oh shit! Too late. Game's over, guys. Game's over. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming. This is the Daring Player Squad. Thank you.
What? A verdict already? But the trial just started.
See you next week. Guilty. There's got to be some kind of mistake. Please take another look.
I'm gonna keep the judge's voice as always.
Yeah.
Seances performed by Princess Rafa are infallible. They show only the truth. What right do you have to question her abilities?
But I didn't.
Oh, good lord, who this motherfucker? Is it Kane? He's just trying. Isn't it ironic, you devout adherent? Isn't it ironic that you, a devout adherent of Qur'anism, would dare doubt her insight? Non-believers will only be met with suffering in the Twilight Realm, you know.
But I didn't do it. Your benevolence, allow me to explain, I beg of you.
Ooh, give me the sweet tsundere voice, baby.
Be silent, impudent whelp.
Yeah.
There is no merit to be had in indulging the ramblings born of a criminal's unclean soul.
Yeah, I'm unclean, yeah.
But...
What in the world is going on here? The judge made his ruling based on something called a divination seance? What is Albie's attorney? What's Albie's attorney doing? He doesn't have
fuck all.
Because there's no such thing.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Where is Albie's attorney?
Oh yes, step on me, your eminence.
That's right, I'm dirty. Yeah.
Why is this happening? I didn't do anything wrong. Foolish child.
Yeah, I'm your foolish child.
Doubting the divination seance is tantamount to doubting the Holy Mother herself. Your Majesty, as royal priestess, and in the name of the Holy Mother, I command you...
Yeah, command me.
impose the highest penalty against this unclean soul.
Yeah, punish me, yeah. As you command, so shall it be done, your benevolence. May her holiness grant us her divine favor. Ura dihara kurain. Hurain. Urdihara kurain. What? Sup, bitches! Dun, 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 dun. Just wait one moment. Yeah! Oh, me and my big mouth. Now what?
Mr. Wright, what are you doing here, sir?
Well, I'm in it now, so I have to do this right. Your Honor, it's too soon to give your verdict. This trial has only been underway for a few minutes. Excuse me? Who on earth are you? Well, an ordinary tourist, Your Honor. Just passing through. A tourist, are you? Hapiraki. But more importantly, where is this boy's defense attorney? Defense attorney? Whatever are you talking about? He doesn't need a defense attorney? Wait, what? Of course you wouldn't be aware, being a foreigner, no? But we have no need for defense attorneys here in the Kingdom of Kurai. We leave it all up to her benevolence's sacred power of spirit communion. Her divination seances determine all. What? But surely you see how unfair that is. What kind of insane court systems are they running here?
You would dare mock me, you barb-headed buffoon.
Yeah, I'm your barb-headed buffoon.
If you value your life, you will leave post-haste. Or shall I summon the bailiff?
The bailiff is that big scary dude with a big scary gun, isn't he?
Yes, the one with the semi-automatic that will riddle the back of your...
I'll fill you full of holes. Just riddle you.
I'm sure he would be happy to oblige you with a bullet or two as a souvenir for your travels. Look at her face, she's like...
At the cost of an arm and a leg, no doubt.
No, hold on! Mr. Wright has nothing to do with any of this!
Albie! Albie!
I appreciate what you're trying to do, Mr. Wright, but never mind about me. You just go ahead and go see Miss Maya.
Oh, this kid is even for a bit of what's the word? A little bit of underhanded salesmanship. He is good on his spirit.
He
It's
is.
like, I don't want you to die. But
Forget about me! You have to go, now! I'm sure you can find another guide. There were lots more places I wanted to show you. But it looks like I won't get a chance now. I'm sorry. Oh, this kid.
that poor kid, he's trying to put on a brave face, but look how terrified he is. What can I do? What should I do? Defend Albie!
Go find Maya!
No! There's nothing she can do. I can't just let a verdict be handed down with nobody standing in Albie's corner. If Albie doesn't have a defense attorney, then I'll do it. I'll defend him. Defend him? You can't be serious.
Did you hear that? Is he out of his mind?
Heaven forbid.
Defend me! Mr. Wright, what are you saying? You can't do that!
I most certainly can. Don't worry. I'm quite used to tackling all sorts of trials.
You should have seen me with that orca!
Besides, can you imagine how furious Maya would be if I let anything happen to you?
Mr. Wright...
You are but a naive tourist, ignorant of our ways. But if you are smart, you will heed my advice. Do not pursue this matter any further. Looks like defending somebody is easier said than done in this country. Bailiff, throw this man out! Who this? Oh, of course, Payne. Your Majesty, if you please. You have something to say, Mr. Payne.
How the fuck did he get here?
Well, of course, he, being a garbage prosecutor, he'd have to find some place that basically is the easiest way for a prosecutor to win. There's no defense. He just stands there and pretends to be awesome, which is why
God.
he's gilded out, right?
God.
Why not allow it, Your Majesty? Why not have him defend the accused? It could prove very interesting, right, Mr. Phoenix, right? Right. Mr. Whoever you are. He doesn't even remember him. He doesn't even remember him, and I love it. Prosecutor, are you acquainted with this traveler? That's Chief Prosecutor, Your Majesty, and yes, I am quite acquainted with him. He's a defense attorney from my native land. I've had dealings with him in the courtroom before.
And you would gamble your win.
He's just so full of himself right
Either
now.
he's so full of himself or he sees something is wrong, but I don't think he sees something is wrong. I'm sure he is just full of himself. Heavens to Betsy. Betsy?
Oh, Betsy. It's a very, very non-ethnic saying.
What? Mr. Wright, you're a defense attorney? Did you not know?
Oh, you can actually hear the voices in the rabble now. I love it. A defense attorney. Well, this is a shock. Then you may be surprised to hear that I have more than 10 years of experience. I guess there aren't all that many lawyers around here. Your Majesty, would you kindly allow us to proceed in the matter of my old country? But, Mr. Payne, I've already made a ruling in this case. Call it nostalgia if you will, but I am most eager to give it a try.
I'm most eager to lose.
Yeah, you're just ready to get yourself handed, like your ass handed to you, and I'm here for it.
I will wipe the fucking floor with you, Payne.
But I have a previous engagement, you see. A class together with the missus. The missus.
Your Majesty, I agree we should have a whack at it. It sounds amusing.
Yeah, baby, whack at it.
Where is she getting all these words from?
Yeah, maybe she like has a really weird English tutor.
Maybe she's learned all her English from watching TV.
Yeah.
I think so. I bet she's also a Steel Samurai fan. A score of years have passed since we last saw a defense attorney in this courtroom. I almost said classroom.
A score? As in 20 years? What's the deal with this country?
Mr. Payne, I want that barbed head brought to me on a stick.
As you wish, your benevolence. I, Chief Prosecutor Payne, will see to it myself. Very well, Mr. Payne, if that is what you and her benevolence wants, I will acquiesce. As for the defense, I hope you are prepared for every eventuality. Every eventuality? What's he talking about? There. Are you satisfied, Mr. Wright? Yes. Thank you, Mr. Payne. And sorry for not remembering you earlier. Now he remembers.
Yeah.
That's Chief Prosecutor, or the Incredible Payne, as I am also known in this country. And you'll see soon enough just why that is. When you're forced to capitulate to me before this very court of law. Why is he so strangely confident? And not only that, but what's with the gallery? Just you watch. The defense attorney will try and twist the truth. You can bet on it.
Get him, Chief Prosecutor! Crush that defense symbol!
This is way more lawyer hate than even back home. Now, if you would please give your opening arguments once again, Mr. Payne. Certainly, your majesty. The accused was charged with 2 crimes, larceny and murder. Yesterday, the Founder's Orb was stolen from the treasury room in Temple Temple. In addition to the theft, 2 other things were discovered in the treasure room. The dead body of Mr. Pat Roll, Temple security guard.
Pat Roll.
And the empty treasure box that housed the orb, which Mr. Roll was in charge of guarding. We believe that Mr. Roll was murdered by the thief who stole the treasure. To kill a guard armed with a gun, what a terrifyingly bold act. I couldn't agree more, your majesty. Please allow me to submit as evidence the victim's autopsy report and crime photo. Patrol, Mr. Patrol. Alright, we got the autopsy report and the crime
names
photo.
in this game are just so much.
It's been a long time since we've had evidence presented in court as well. It's kind of refreshing, actually.
Wow.
We may rely on the power of the seances, but our police still carry out investigations.
Your voice is going to be dead.
Well, this is only the, you only see him once, that's why I pulled this voice out. Thus, any proof I provide is indisputable. Hello, Golden Star Alex. Objection. Eventually, you will be able to do objections in the courtroom. I will be
figure
setting
that out sometime.
Yeah.
Do we still have paper, Cole? Okay.
Oh, really? Well, forgive me if I just don't take your word for it. I can check the evidence myself by looking into the court record. We'll see just how thorough you and your police were, Mr. Payne.
How goes it? Everything's pretty good so far?
Yeah. Such a deplorable crime. The audacity of stealing the sacred treasure from Her Holiness, our founding mother. It's a crime that strikes to the very heart of our nation. Exactly, Your Majesty. We mustn't let the culprit get away with his heinous deeds. Indeed, such deeds are best described as treason against the crown. Is this treasure really such a valuable object? How can you even ask of such a thing? Of course it is. Why, sealed within this treasure is the very soul, the mitama of the Holy Mother. Her soul is sealed within the treasure? I think I'll take that with a grain of salt. You don't believe it, do you? Of course I believe it. Something tells me I'd better play along.
Yeah.
This kind of irreverence is exactly why I dislike defense attorneys so much. Your Honor? Your Majesty? What is it now? This treasure. I've seen it, so it's a little... I've never seen it, so it's a little hard for me to imagine. Could I see a photo of it or something? Out of all the outlandish requests, you defense attorneys are truly beyond the pale. He's been getting awfully angry with me, and are those veins popping out of his forehead? It's forbidden for anyone outside the royal family to view the treasure itself. They say that anyone without the proper spiritual power would be blinded instantly. That's why the average person has never seen the treasure, Mr. Wright. I guess there are national treasures that are off limits to the public back home, too. For the benefit of my shamelessly uninformed defense, let me share this newspaper article. It includes photos taken about 8 years ago when the treasure was unearthed. These are the only public photos of the outer box in existence. What's more, the treasure box only leaves the temple's treasure room but once a year, for a special New Year's rite that takes place right at the palace. Therefore, this treasure box has only ever been seen by a handful of people.
Yeah, your voice is going to die.
Why don't you let me worry about that, okay? He's not doing any testimony, we'll be fine. I hear there's a string of thefts lately of historic artifacts from the temple. Right, Your Majesty. Inexcusable thievery of precious national treasures for personal gain. And the culprit is the accused. So he used his position as a monk in training to get his hands on the treasure, is that it? The accused's family is by no means wealthy. To help with the family finances, he works as a tour guide in addition to his aesthetic training. Thank you for giving us an excellent outline of the case, Mr. Payton. Now then, no more questions from the defense, I presume. What? No, I do have questions. Even more? But you just asked them much.
Wow.
Well, make it snappy. My class starts in just a few short minutes. What? He's still planning on going to that thing? There's still a lot I don't know about the case. I should ask now while I have the chance. Let's see. What else do I need to know more about? The motive, the crime scene? Does it matter, or do I just ask each?
Ask about the weapon.
Yeah. Mr. Payne, what was the murder weapon? The murder weapon was the treasure box itself. The empty treasure box left at the scene had a large bloodstain on it. How utterly reprehensible, using the sacred treasure box for murder.
Looks like a pretty heavy box. I don't think an 8-year-old would be able to swing that hard enough to kill a man.
The accused came to the treasure room with the express purpose of stealing the treasure. He climbed the altar stairs and snatched the box, ready to abscond with the treasure. But he was discovered by Mr. Roll, who had come into the room in the course of his rounds. After walloping Mr. Roll on the head with this treasure box, the accused forced the bloodied housing open and made off with the treasure inside. Okay, the treasure box has been updated. But the defendant is just a little boy. I hardly think he would be able to hit the victim, a grown man, on the head. Very good point, Mr. Wright. But I'm afraid that won't help you. At the time of the crime, the accused was on the stairs leading up to the altar. The accused elevated position would more than make up for the difference in stature. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Mr. Payne, your reasoning is flawless. What an elegant argument. Hats off to you, Chief Prosecutor. Your title is obviously well earned. Well, enough circle jerking around. The accused's guilt is certainly conclusive. Unless there's anything else, I'm ready to announce my verdict. Very well, in that case, I find the accused. Just one moment, Your Majesty. Don't you think you're rushing the verdict just a little bit? I told you I have plans to attend. Oh, I'm late. It's already started. How did the time fly by so fast? He's still stuck on that? We haven't even heard the defense's side of the story yet. Your Majesty, the defense asserts its right to cross-examine the defendant. Did I say something funny? Cross-examine the... What do you mean by that? What? What do you mean by what do I mean? I seem to have some dim recollection of the process, but I can't quite recall.
Wow.
And little wonder, a so-called defendant hasn't been questioned in over 20 years. Should I even be surprised anymore? Anyway, I demand we let the defendant, or the accused, tell his side of the story. Is that really necessary? Of course it's necessary, Your Majesty. What harm could it do? I say we allow the boy to speak, Your Majesty. Though I doubt he'll have anything of relevance to say. Oh, how kind of you, Your Royal Painness. Well, very well. As long as it's okay with you, Mr. Payne. I'm already hopelessly late for my class anyway. In that case, the prosecution calls the accused back to the witness stand. Oh, but before we do, I'd better call my wife and apologize for missing that class. Any objections? Go for it, Your Majesty.
Ring, 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 ring.
Honey, I'm sorry, I have to stay here. I know, but there's a crazy tourist defendant here.
What do you mean? You promised. I've been waiting for this class with you.
But sweetheart, don't you sweetheart me? I am your wife.
I am your wife.
But honey, it's for the greater good.
I am the greatest good you'll ever go. Oh, so good.
Accused, state your name and occupation again, if you would.
I'll be your guide. I'm in training to be a monk, and I'm a tour guide, too.
Why me? Now, where were we? Cross-examining the defendant, Your Majesty. Right. Let's do that, then. At the defense's attorney's insistence, I might add. He sounds a little dispirited. His wife must have given him a piece of her mind. Well, the defense had better get at it. And make it quick, if you please.
The defense... Mr. Wright, I didn't know you were a lawyer.
Well, I am. And I'm here to defend you, Albie. Don't worry. All you have to do is tell the truth, and you'll be all right.
You tricked me!
What?
If I knew you were a lawyer, I wouldn't have given you that tour.
Okay.
Give back that Magatama-man I gave you yesterday.
Albie, what's gotten into you?
Don't talk to me. You disgust me.
Now even Albie's against me? But why? This must be a new experience for you, Mr. Wright, being loathed by a client. Yeah, well, not exactly. Now then, accused, please give us please give the court your testimony. The incident occurred around noon, during the break which the morning and afternoon dances of devotion. I want you to tell the court what you were doing around that time.
All right.
Ooh, interesting. Ooh, how ethnic.
I didn't kill Mr. Roll, and I didn't steal the treasure. I'm not allowed to go anywhere near the treasure room. I've never even seen that treasure box with the green Chinese butterfly on it. When the incident happened, I was in the hallway planning out my tour route. Green butterfly?
How did he know? Yeah. Were you well acquainted with the victim?
Yes, he used to chat with me whenever we ran into each other in the temple. Mr. Wool was a monk in training when he was a kid too, you know?
I bet Albie looked up to him.
Something says you shouldn't watch this while you're playing Ace Attorney. I mean, this is like 6 games forward. Up to you.
Yeah.
You could. By the time you get here on your own, you may have already forgotten.
Yeah, probably.
This is also the introductory case.
Yeah, this is the very first case.
But all right, but he had to give that up and go to work when his family needed money. That's why he became a guard. But at least that way, he could stay on at the temple. He was so proud when he was put in charge of guarding the treasure box. He even got to carry the box to the palace for the New Year's rite.
The victim's parents apparently both died relatively young. So Mr. Roll had to support his younger brothers and sisters as well.
Damn.
But even with his job as a security guard, I'm sure things couldn't have been easy for him.
I feel sorry for his siblings.
Yeah, well, that's what he has to do. Sounds like his circumstances and Albie's were very similar.
Mr. Roll encouraged me to never give up. Albie, your training will make you train hard.
He had a stroke.
Make sure you can become a monk one day. He said. Don't end up like me, he said. He was always cheering me on, and in my training, and in my tour guide business too. Why in the world would I kill a nice man like that?
Yes, I see. You expressed yourself well. Defense, now that you've heard the accused's account, are you finally satisfied? If so, let's draw this to an expeditious conclusion. But your majesty, I haven't even cross-examined the defendant yet. That wasn't the end of it. It's been so long, I don't rightly recall what this cross-examining thing is all about. A judge who doesn't know what a cross-examination is? What fresh hell is this?
What fresh hell?
I really do wish I could remember how it works. Should I give this judge a refresher on cross-examination? This is just
not necessary.
Not necessary. I'd better just save my breath. The judge doesn't exactly seem like a model student. He'll just have to watch and see how it's done. Fucking pain. Ugh. Alright, the accused account. Yeah, so...
Yeah, so what is this about the green Chinese butterfly?
Yeah, so, from what we know, no one's actually seen it. And the only people who have are, like, security guards and royal family. The only photo of it in existence is in the newspaper, but it's black and white.
Yes.
No, Albie, why would you lie to me? Why would you lie to me? So you say you've never laid eyes on the treasure box. Is that right?
That's right. It's forbidden. So I'd never do that.
Sorry. In that case, how did you know there was a green butterfly on it?
Coffee?
Ooh, coffee.
Huh?
We'll get to Albie. We'll get to you.
Because I saw the picture of it in that newspaper article.
Nope. Take another look. These photos are in black and white. You couldn't possibly tell what color the butterfly is in these pictures.
Ah!
There's something literally in his bag.
Maybe.
Maybe. Hold on. His bag. Did it just move?
Is there a cat?
Polkonka. I beg your pardon? Polkonka is a word in Koreanese that people usually use when they're surprised. You just exposed the lie. So is this the power of cross-examination, is it?
Wow, bad time to take a drink.
I should be the one shocked here by your shocking lack of understanding.
Oh, God.
But just a moment. If the accused was lying, then that just makes him even more suspicious than ever. And this just makes things worse for me than ever. Albie, are you hiding something? Please give only true statements. I can't help you if you don't tell the truth. Darn, I just can't seem to get him to open up to me. So, accused, you have seen the treasure box with your own eyes after all, have you?
Well, maybe I did take a peek one time a long time ago when I was cleaning the treasure room.
But you weren't in the treasure room at the time of the incident, right?
Of course I wasn't.
Objection! That is a lie. You were most definitely inside the treasure room on the day of the incident. And I have proof. He does? This was found on the floor of the treasure room. It's a scroll entitled Notice and contains a list of temple monk duties. These instructions pertain to the day of the incident. And what exactly is that supposed to prove? The accused's fingerprints were found on the scroll. What?
Oh no! Where is it? It's not here! I must have dropped it somewhere!
Indeed, you must have dropped it when you were busy murdering the victim! The notice was added to the court record. No. That means Albie was there on the day of the incident? Ha! So this is the power of cross-examination. The more the accused talks, the guiltier he paints himself. Yes, it would seem so, your majesty. He predicted my argument and had evidence ready to refute it. How is that supposed to help the accused?
See? I told you you can't trust lawyers and their lies! Her benevolence already said that kid's guilty!
Just to declare him guilty and get it over with!
No. Everything's going all wrong! Shandel, what do I do? Shadow?
Shadow. As I suspected, this cross-examination session has served no purpose whatsoever.
Come on, Phoenix, you can do it!
You're wrong! But armed as we are with her benevolence's insight, there's no reason to doubt his guilt. And I guess I'll just have to poke holes in this inside of hers. By the way, this didn't prove to be very interesting at all, Mr. Payne. Nevertheless, I will now finally announce my verdict. Wait just one moment, your majesty. I haven't seen this divination seance for myself yet. As the defense, I have a right to check it. Is that really necessary? I have to get home and apologize to my wife. I guess she really did give him the business. Your Majesty, I enthusiastically support having Mr. Wright see the seance. You do? And why is that, Mr. Payne? Don't you want to see it? See the lawyer being utterly crushed by the power of the seance? And then watch him tearfully beg for mercy? Well, now.
That sounds fun.
I'm sure it'll make up for not getting to go to that class with your wife. It certainly does sound worth seeing. And it'd give me a juicy tidbit to tell the missus.
Oh my god.
I've been reduced to a juicy tidbit.
Oh, I bet you are a juicy tidbit.
Well, for an interloper, I imagine you do have to see it for yourself to be convinced. It's certainly unprecedented, but let's have the divination seance performed again. But then, right after the tearful begging, I really do have to be going. The only tearful begging is going to come from the prosecution when we're through. I'll spank that bitch till he cries. How pitiful the defense looks, still scrambling desperately for a foothold. Blissfully unaware that defeat and despair are all that await him. I am going to enjoy watching his hair fall out. There she is, her benevolence. Your benevolence, Rafa Padma Kurain. Thank you for coming all this way once again. What's the joke on this one? Rafa
I don't know.
Padma?
I don't know. Your gratitude is unnecessary. This is simply my duty. Yeah, she said duty.
Yeah, duty.
Barb-headed attorney.
Oh, she calls me barb-headed because I have pokey
Yes.
bits. Yes?
I am told you question the veracity of the sacred divination seance. It would seem the depths of your irreverence and blasphemy are lost on you.
I'm just a foreigner, ignorant in the ways of the customs of this country. I apologize in advance for anything rude I might say or do, your benevolence. All I want is a fair trial for Albie.
You would imply that the trials of this country are unfair. Do explain, outsider. How verdicts founded on truths imparted by the very souls of the dead lack impartiality.
What's fair about trials with no defense and no chance for the accused to tell their story? How dare you speak to her benevolence in that manner? Did you hear that? Did you hear how he talked to her benevolence?
What does he know about anything, ignorant outsider?
We won't stand for it! He must be punished!
Rafa is a name of Arabic origin, meaning kind, compassionate, or soft-hearted. Her middle name, Padma, is one of the names given to Nelumbonanuspera, a species of lotus that plays a central role in Indian
Her name
religions,
is Passionate Lotus. I bet she's a passionate lotus.
such as Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism, and Jainism.
I bet she's got a juicy, passionate lotus. She's 16, man.
She's 16!
Yikes. Looks like I really stuck my foot in it this time. Punish him!
Punish him! Punish him! Punish him! Punish him! Punish him!
Punish him! Stick it in his pooper!
Silence, one and all.
Is she standing up for me?
Be not disquieted, my people. He merely expresses his opinion.
Well, looks like her benevolence is going to be more reasonable than I thought.
Oh yes, punish me. Attorneys are ghastly creatures with souls stained black by brazen untruths. The words of a lowly worm such as that are not worthy troubling yourselves over.
All right, I'll take that back.
I love the way she just like tilts her head back and like squints at you. I love her.
A fucking Cinderella face.
Oh fuck, I love it.
All she's just like the Anya grin.
Yeah.
Waka waka.
Waka waka. None of his prattling can sway the truth of my insights. Rest assured, he will soon see the error of his foolish ways.
Yeah, that's right. Show me the errors. Now then, your benevolence. The divination seance, if you will.
Certainly. Naya, my robe.
Oh, cute little bells.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name.
Wow, that came voiced. All right.
Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
All right, what's the pool? Nobody pee in the pool. Come on. So we can skip this, but I've never seen this before, so we might as well.
I guess if you've played it, if you fucked up somewhere, or you played it before.
You just need to get past it.
Yeah. Being able to skip cutscenes is a pretty important what's the word? Quality of life thing in games these days. I know now that Kingdom Hearts is light. I swear to
She's my cherry pie, smooth trickle. Tastes so good, make a grown man cry. Sweet cherry pie, hit it, burn. I think they were just like, we should really start doing this. What's the word I'm looking for? This motion tracking stuff, right? Now that we have the capability on it on the NES, or yeah.
And this is not motion tracking. It's not smooth enough for motion tracking.
No, it's motion capture. Yeah, this is motion capture. This is very rudimentary. You'll be very happy when I destroy this case in front of her smug face. What you say now, bitch? dance your way out of this one. Ooh, spooky. What just happened? An image appeared in the pool. A final message from the victim's soul. The last communication of his mitma. The divination seance has revealed this to us. How benevolence can use the power of spirit communion to project the victim's memory of the last few moments before their demise. So what we saw in the pool is what Mr. Roll actually experienced? In the victim's memories, we see the accused raising the weapon over his head. That's not true. This is consistent with the findings of the police investigation.
There has to be some kind of mistake. I didn't do it.
This looks bad for Albie. Really, really bad. Now you see why I'm the incredible pain.
Because you do jack shit.
Do jack shit, yeah. More than I can express. But even if those really are the victim's last memories, what can I do with them? There it is! There's the face of a man being utterly crushed. Oh, how long I've waited to see this. Isn't it wonderfully gratifying, your majesty? Oh yes, very satisfying indeed. Are you finally convinced, traveler? The accused is most assuredly guilty. Am I really the only unbiased one here? Now then, I think we've been amused enough. If you give up now, I won't even invoke the Defense Culpability Act against you. You'll be free to slink back to your own country with your tail between your legs. The Defense Culpability Act? What's that? What? You mean you honestly don't know? No? I love the fact they gave Albie a box.
Yeah.
What's with all the hubbub?
Well, Not only is he a lying, black-hearted lawyer, he is also an imbecile. Your Majesty, I think you better explain the Defense Culpability Act to him.
Yes, I think I'd better. The Defense Culpability Act, or the DC Act for short, is as follows. In the name of Her Eminence, those who would support criminals would be deemed just as guilty. In other words, if you help the accused by defending him and he is found guilty, you will receive the same sentence as he. What? What kind of insane law is that?
No wonder there's no...
Yeah, no defense attorneys. Under the DC Act, many an attorney has been convicted and met with a grim fate. Some went to prison, others received the death penalty. And that's why there are so few in our country today who admit to being an attorney. Cool. But what about the prosecutors?
Yeah, I know, right?
Why not like hoist what's the word I'm looking for? Hoist a punishment on someone who wastes the innocent's time, right?
That's as it should be. The history of our courts proves that attorneys are black-souled creatures who will tell any lie to save the accused. Thus, attorneys deserve to be exterminated.
Okay, cool. Oh god. Jesus Christ.
Exterminate!
Exterminate! Exterminate!
Exterminate!
I've never felt so much hostility coming from so many sides. What could have happened to make everyone feel this way? You fell right into my trap, Phoenix Wright. Your win streak against me and my brother ends today. With the seance and the DC Act on my side, I'll finally get my revenge. The Danganronpa mode. I've been told. Hello, No War. I've been told a lot to play Danganronpa a lot, but I don't know if I am ready to go from the tongue-in-cheekness of Phoenix Wright to the pure chaos of Danganronpa. I have the games. I just refuse to play them. I do. I have Danganronpa.
Oh.
But yeah, it's sad because I'm always like, yeah, Phoenix Wright is definitely better than Danganronpa because, you know, Phoenix Wright came first. But I have no justification because I've never played it for longer than like 2 minutes. So that's why he's so eager to have me defend Albie. Chased out and humiliated back home, fate brought me to the foothills of Kurain. I thank my lucky stars that I'm chief prosecutor here now. Defense, know that if I rule that the accused is guilty, you will go to prison too. That explains Albie's reaction earlier. Echo time.
Let me just make sure. Defend me, Mr. Wright. What are you saying? You can't do that.
Your Majesty, isn't a prison sentence a bit too lenient? After all, we're talking about treason.
Danganronpa is an emotional roller coaster? Oh, okay,
One should pay for such a crime with one's life. Yes, I believe the death penalty might be appropriate under these circumstances. He's 8. He's a kid.
Treason.
Death penalty? No way. You're kidding, right? Your Majesty?
Treason is treason.
Do I look like I'm kidding?
Did I stutter?
Did I motherfucking stutter, bitch? I'll have you put your life and your dark, tainted soul on the line here. Death? This can't be happening.
The courts of resignation. Our courts are well known as thus. In this land where my seances provide the truth and no attorneys can intervene, criminals know that all they can do is resign themselves to their fate.
Oh, foreign lawyer, I ask you once more. Are you sure you still want to defend the accused? Well,
I mean, you were literally there with the kid all day long.
Yeah. There's Maya to think of on all this, too. I can't just lay down my life. What in the world should I do? Nah, man, fucking do this shit. Continue the defense.
Continue the fucking defense.
It's all or nothing, bruh. Isn't this why I became a lawyer in the first place? Oh,
Oh.
flashbacks. To help those with no one on their side. I can't just abandon everything I believe in.
Well, actually, the reason you became a lawyer was for Edgeworth, actually, but...
All I can do now is stand firm and fight. Well, don't hold your tears back on my account, Phoenix Wright. Admit your defeat and grovel before me. The chief prosecutor for your life.
Objection!
Go fuck yourself. Even if it means being subject to the Defense Culpability Act, I will defend Albie. What?
But, Mr. Wright!
He's so right-leaning. He's so side-heavy. I love it.
It's so cute.
The defendant insists he's innocent, and not even a divination seance should be accepted without examination.
Who the fuck is this for?
Look at the gonads on this guy. He's got a huge dick. Poor Gonga.
But if I'm found guilty, you'll get the death penalty too. Even knowing that you still want to defend me?
I don't know what happened in the past, but it looks like everyone in this country considers lawyers to be liars. So I can understand if you don't believe me. But I still believe in you and your innocence. So all I have to do is keep believing and find the truth. That's all there is to it.
Barb-headed attorney, you continue to amuse me.
No, I'll amuse you. I'll amuse you all night long.
Though your barbed jabs are proving to be more than mere jokes.
You damn right, baby. I got some thick ass bars, baby. What's he saying under his breath? No. Your benevolence. Believe me when I say that this attorney will knock your insides out. I'll pull your insides out. You'll trust me. What?
Insolent, disrespectful attorney.
Yeah, tell me I'm a disrespectful attorney. Yeah.
You'll have plenty of time to regret your folly in the Twilight
Yeah,
Realm.
that's right. Banish me in the Twilight Realm.
I will send you to the Shadow
You like that? You
Realm.
want to send me to the Shadow Realm right now? Yeah. Think I got the energy for it? Huh? I can go all day. Holy shitbags! You need more Macatama, man?
I think that kid had some more in his bag. I heard it was how many damas?
20 damas! Crazy!
That's like highway robbery.
Not a wise move, traveler. Not wise at all. You should have taken the chance I offered to save your life. But you have made your choice. The Defense Culpability Act will be applied in this case. And with this verdict, you'll both soon be parting with your heads. Death! 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 Death metal! Death metal!
Death!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Death to the non-believer!
Shine the non-believer!
Shine! Wow. The souls of the departed speak only the truth, and I but give their message a voice. If you think my insights contain falsehood, I challenge you to prove it.
We will settle this through a children's card game.
Rafa's insights. The accused swung whatever he was holding down on the victim's head. With the pain, the victim's vision went dark. This is when he lost his life. Still, I can't believe it. A murder after the morning dance of devotion. These are the victim's experiences just before his death.
As the victim's final memories, we can assume they aren't lies. So, how do I break this down?
Allow me to relieve you of your ignorance, Defense.
That's right, you're gonna relieve me?
Did you notice the words that appeared in the seance vision?
Come to think of it, I did see words, like Song of Ceremony and Incense.
The victim's final memories are not limited to sight alone. Sight, smell, taste, sound, touch, all is laid bare in the pool of souls.
So what Mr. Roll experienced with his 5 senses appear in the vision as words, right?
Precisely. And by examining these sensations, we can perceive the victim's final moments with unparalleled clarity.
Works for me. I can use all the extra information I could get. Now, to find a contradiction between her insights and the seance vision. Your benevolence, I ask that you please show me the seance vision again.
Very well.
I'll wipe that smug grin off your fucking face. So I can skip it, I know exactly what's going on. Wait a minute. Her benevolence said that after the morning dance of devotion earlier, didn't she? Isn't there something off about that? The accused swung whatever he was holding down on the victim's head. With the pain, the victim's vision went dark. Yes, this is the insight that sounded funny. Now, I'll just carefully compare this insight with the seance vision. If I notice a sensation that seems contradictory, I'll select it. Yeah, this is the one.
In Dance of Devotion versus... Select?
This is it. This is the part of the vision that contradicts the insight. Now, I just select the sensation I think is inconsistent. Yeah, the sound is inconsistent. If it happened after, why would he hearing it now?
A song of, what was it?
Devotion.
Song of Ceremony and Dance of Devotion are two different things.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Yes. What is it, barbed head?
You're saying the incident occurred after the morning dance of devotion, right?
That's right. What of it?
Then isn't it strange that Mr. Roll could have still heard this song of ceremony? Oh my, you're absolutely right.
That's true. Is that all that troubles you?
Uh-huh.
What the victim heard was just a practice run of the Song of Ceremony.
Practice run? What are you talking about?
Mr. Payne, if you would. Let me sing you the song of my people!
Certainly! Allow me to explain. The incident occurred in the interval between the morning and afternoon dances. During that time, the singers were practicing in the performance hall.
Precisely. I was there as well, so I can corroborate this statement.
I see. So what the victim heard was the practice session. There goes my contradiction. Okay, so they were practicing in this performance hall. That must be the room where Albie and I saw her benevolence dancing. However, Mr. Payne, I admit one detail troubles me. Ask away, your majesty! It's a big temple. The performance hall and the treasure room are quite far from each other. Could the song really be heard all the way in the treasure room? He's right. It is a very big temple. Well, how about it, Mr. Payne? Your Majesty, have you forgotten? There are speakers in every room of the temple, including the treasure room. Oh, that's right. Speakers? For what purpose? Are you serious, Mr. Wright? They're to broadcast the sacred music of the performance hall throughout the temple.
That's why the victim could hear the Song of Ceremony in the seance vision.
But if it was a test run, why would it be on the speakers?
Yeah. It was the practice run going on in the performance hall, heard over the speakers.
Thank you for your explanation, your benevolence. That makes perfect sense, even to a feeble-minded old man like me. Okay.
Think nothing of it.
Now, if you wouldn't mind, could you please alter your insights for us?
Very well.
Blink, 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 blink. The accused swung. The Song of Ceremony the victim heard was a practice run throughout the temple speakers. I think I'm getting the hang of this. If I point out any inconsistencies, she'll update her insights accordingly. So if I keep pointing things out, maybe I can knock all of her insights out after all. I'd better find another inconsistency, no matter how small.
On the second statement.
It's a bit hard to focus on the insides while the seance vision is going. I'll try to pause. Cool. There, I paused the vision. I think I can touch the flashing panels to jump to different parts of the vision. I'll try moving the Mitma marker to the flashing red panel here. What am I doing now?
You can use the...
Okay, now that I know how to get around in a seance vision, it's time to find inconsistencies between the insights and the vision.
With the pain, the victim's vision went dark.
But that's inconsistent with what happened. He went dark and then pain happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's wrong. He felt pain after his vision dissipated.
Objection!
You're saying the victim's field of vision went dark right after he was struck, correct?
Of course, as anyone with eyes can see.
Well, pardon me, but I must disagree.
What?
Your benevolence, please take another look at the exact moment the victim felt pain.
Oh!
Everything goes black, and then only after that, the victim feels pain.
Inconceivable!
This places the order of events at odds with what you say happened.
My word!
Paul Gunga, your benevolence, what is the meaning of this?
I cannot be wrong. My insights are beyond fallacy.
If what the defense says is true, this is a very grave matter indeed. Please forgive me your benevolence, but I'm afraid this contradiction is something we simply can't ignore.
Objection!
Objection!
What are you, Palpatine?
No, let's not be too hasty, your majesty. I think I can clear this up. I believe you'll see this insight to be very operational. Do it. No, I'm not gonna do that voice.
No.
I might do it for zombie. I might do it for like Tibetan Jesus, maybe. You have something to add, Mr. Payne. 1,000 apologies. It seems the prosecution has failed to make one tiny thing clear. And what would that be? On the day of the incident, there was a power outage, a blackout in one part of the temple. And as I recall, the crime scene was in that sector. The power outage must have been why the victim's field of vision went dark. I apologize for neglecting to tell the court this detail. I'm afraid it slipped my mind. I mean, really didn't have anything to do with the situation, sure. Or rather, you knew all along and you were only letting it slip now that it's convenient, Pain. The power outage knocked out both the lights and the speakers. Uh-oh.
Oh! There was a blackout there, was there? Well, now, that explains everything, does it not?
What do you mean, your benevolence? Please share your thoughts with us, if you would.
The blackout occurred when the accused and the victim were faced one another. Fearing the victim would flee under the cover of darkness, the accused swiftly brought his weapon down on the victim's head.
I see. That makes perfect sense, your benevolence. So the victim was struck after the lights went out. The depth of your insight is awe-inspiring, your benevolence. Give her a hand, everyone. You're so great. Hey, I want to live long and prosper too.
Enough applause. You flatter me.
Now, your benevolence, in light of this new information.
Yes, of course. I will alter my insight.
After the blackout began.
Now tell me more.
The Song of Ceremony, blah, 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 yeah. So much for my inconsistency. At least I was able to draw out some new information. And with new information comes a chance to find new inconsistencies. Now, to compare the insights with the vision again and see what else I can dig up.
So it's the timing of the Song of Ceremony this time.
Yeah. So we'll hear the Song of Ceremony.
Keep going.
This one?
No, the insights keep going. The Song of Ceremony flickers.
But he's still hearing it.
Keep going. Yeah.
Yeah, the Song of Ceremony is still going, so why is it... Why is that a thing?
Yeah.
Objection!
Yes, I finally found it. This is the gaping, giant hole I've been looking for.
I'm gonna stick my fist through that hole.
My sweet spirit of justice into that. Your benevolence, as impressive as your spirit communion power is, it is not infallible.
You never know when to stop talking, do you? I hope you realize your words are an insult to all adherents of Kurainism.
Defense! Watch what you say. If you don't mind that tongue of yours, you won't have one left to mind. So if you don't mind. It's certainly not my intention to insult spirit mediums, but maybe I'm not the one who needs to learn when to stop talking.
What malarkey?
Malarkey.
Malarkey.
I believe you said a few moments ago that the victim could hear the Song of Ceremony thanks to the temple's speakers. But then how do you explain how the victim could still hear the Song of Ceremony even after the power went out?
Oh!
This contradiction of facts can only mean that the Song of Ceremony Mr. Roll heard was not coming from the speakers. What? Impossible! What are you saying? That the song he heard was coming directly from the performance hall? That's exactly what I'm saying. It's the only possible explanation. But the scene of the crime was nowhere near the performance hall. Right. So the song couldn't make it all the way to the treasure room. Not unless...
You mean to say...
Yes, the treasure room was not the actual scene of the crime. It must have been somewhere else, somewhere closer to the performance hall. What? You can't be serious. There's a glaring contradiction in the claims of her benevolence and the prosecution. Therefore, the defense insists that this case be thoroughly re-examined.
What? No.
This is completely unprecedented. An inconsistency in her benevolence's insights? Unbelievable.
He not his forked tongue, your majesty. These are but claims of a corrupt lawyer, a feeble ruse from a feeble mind.
But the contradiction revealed by the defense is undeniable. We can't just turn a blind eye to it. But the defense's assertion in the end is meaningless. Even if the location of the murder turned out to be different, it doesn't change what we've seen in the moment. It doesn't change what we've seen of the moment of the murder.
Indeed, the accused is standing right there in front of the victim. Furthermore, the murder weapon remains raised above his head. My insights still stand.
I hate to admit it, but she's right. The seance vision still makes the situation look really grim for Albie.
See the weapon.
But you don't see the weapon, yeah. I doubt even the defense can dream up of an explanation as to why. The accused has his hands up over his head. Well, this defense dares to dream of making it out of this nightmare alive. You what?
You still insist on trying to tear down my insights, do you? You'd better be prepared to back up your claim.
You better to back up that ass.
She's 16!
Oh, sorry.
Remember what happened to that tongue of yours. If we find out you're just wagging it.
I'll wag it somewhere else if you want. Stop it! Of course I can back up my claim, just as soon as I think of something. You appear to be fully prepared, defense. I mean, fully erect. I mean, fully charged. I mean, fully prepared. As the embodiment of this court, I give you permission to try and prove your claim, as long as you are willing to stake your life on it.
I concur, your majesty. Prepare the tongue shears. Chop chop.
Chop chop. Chop chop.
Chop chop.
Chop chop. Yes, let's have the bailiff fetch them. I can't believe they have those.
The tongue shears.
I think I saw a suitable pair in the basement. Chop chop.
Chop chop.
Chop chop. Stop. I hear that lying lawyers have several tongues to spare. I'm sure he won't miss one. Yikes, these people are actually serious. I'm rather attached to my tongue. Think, Phoenix, think. Other than to raise a weapon, why would Albie have held his hands up like that? Oh, he was stressing out. Yeah. Or he was being accused of something, yeah. Aha! So that's why. The reason the defendant had his hands up over his head can be explained by something in the crime photo. What explains why Albie had his hands raised over his head? The gun.
The gun.
Take that!
As in the seance vision, I witnessed the defendant raise both of his hands over his head yesterday. You did? Where did you see such a thing? When the police had their guns trained on him as they made their arrest. Oh, are you saying? The victim was a security guard, and an armed one at that. The defense proposes that the victim had pointed his firearm at Albie. And that's why the defendant's hands were raised in the air. Oh, damn. Holy shit! I can see some of a... It's a really short skirt. We should probably look away, or shouldn't we? Who would have thought the seance vision could be interpreted that way?
This is not possible. It can't be.
Not bad for a total knockout. How dare that lawyer devil go against her benevolence?
He's no better than that traitor Snake Dirk.
Traitorous Snake? Dirk? Who's that? Dirka?
No, I can't believe it. A contradiction in one of my insights. There has to be some kind of mistake. I won't accept it.
See, her insights aren't... Her personal insights are fallible. The vision is not. So... I don't know.
How she interprets them is fallible, but like what she saw is.
And this is not the first time we've seen seances be misinterpreted, right? Or visions be misinterpreted. Mm-hmm. That's right, your benevolence, and I won't accept it either. It goes against all we hold sacred. Throw him in jail immediately for... What? Police majesty. I don't know what that means.
No.
What?
Yeah! You said it! Throw him in jail!
Yes, make him pay for the way he disrespected her benevolence. Oh, these people are definitely not my fans right now. That's right, exterminate them!
Exterminate! Annihilate!
There's one Dalek in the fucking thing. I said peace! Now everyone please calm down. Huh? Is he? Your Majesty, please assign this black-hearted attorney to a suitable punishment. No, I cannot charge him with least majesty. Is that an actual?
I don't know.
Google it. What is least majesty an actual word? Oh, it is least majesty.
Lese Majesta.
Oh, it's basically when you if you insult a monarch or ruler, you can be punished. Okay, that's fair.
What?
What? But why not, your majesty? He was simply following the proper procedure for defending the accused. There's nothing unlawful about that.
Unfortunately.
But your magistrate, don't you want to wrap up this trial quickly? Why not just give your verdict? Then you can go home and make it up to your wife.
That ship has sailed.
We can't end the trial now, not when we just learned new information about the case. What?
Your Majesty, not you too.
I refuse to continue drinking this Kool-Aid, thank you very much.
You would honestly entertain the idea that my insight contains a contradiction.
Truly, it is shocking. In the 20-plus years since the DC Act went into effect, such a thing has never occurred, because no one has bothered to try, because everyone is dead. To be honest, I didn't want to believe it either. But with his life on the line, the defense pointed out an inconsistency, and it is our duty to scrutinize it to the satisfaction of the law.
You dare go against the royal priestess, you non-believer!
No, my faith is as strong as ever, but I have a duty to make a fair ruling in this trial. If you insist on interfering with that process, your benevolence, I am afraid I must request your removal from this courtroom, royal priestess or not.
What?
So there is some.
I'll have you know.
So there's some sort of separation of like
Church and state.
Church and state,
Yeah.
thankfully, kind of. Your benevolence. Please acquiesce to this, your benevolence. If looks could kill.
I won't forget this offense, barbed head. I do not admit defeat. I won't!
Bailiff, please see her benevolence out.
Your Mitama will face due retribution in the Twilight Realm. The demons there they'll pluck the barbs right off your stupid head. I hope your suffering will be super duper painful!
Just a child, so petulant when she loses.
Super duper.
And I hope they'll throw you in a lake of burning fire! Yeah!
Cause you're a big stinky poo-poo face. Like, I love it. I guess she's still just a teenager after
She is,
all.
yeah, she's still 14.
Yeah.
God.
Now then, defense. Mr. Light, was it? That's right, Your Majesty. Phoenix Wright. Not Light as in that weird anime. Of course, Mr. Wright, my apologies. Well, now that we have this newly uncovered fact, I suggest we proceed with arguments. Thank you, Your Majesty. Yes, but do not misunderstand me.
Welcome back from dinner.
Yeah, this does not mean I trust you completely. I'll be keeping a close eye on you, so don't even think about lying to this court. I understand, Your Majesty. Whew, maybe now we can finally run a real trial. Arguments, Your Majesty? Very well. I accept your challenge. Huh? What's with him? Oh, the look on your face, Mr. Wright. It's just too hilarious. What's so funny, Mr. Payne? The defense still doesn't get it. The truth he unearthed is going to bury him in his case instead. What do you mean by that, prosecutor? I told you it's chief prosecutor. Yes, because that's the point of the focus right now. The defense is digging its own grave. Consider this, Your Majesty. Why would the victim, a security guard, point a gun to the accused? No. Oh, indeed. Because the accused was about to commit a theft. It's the only logical explanation. What?
That gilded gleam.
Yeah. That does sound pretty logical, actually. It doesn't help the accused situation at all. If anything, it makes him look even more guilty. Yes, I have to agree. Allow me to spell out this truth. The defense didn't bother to think through. Mr. Roll came across the accused, just as he was trying to steal the treasure. The guard pointed his gun at the accused, and, just when the power went out, the accused murdered the victim and hid his body in the treasure room. That's a very
An
hard
8-year-old
call.
to pull a grown-ass man?
First of all, like, you threw out a whole bunch of assumptions otherwise. One, he didn't have the high ground to hit him over the head with the
box.
With the box. 2, he wouldn't be strong enough to carry a full-grown body over to the treasure room after.
I can't go drag him across, much less an 8-year-old drag him across.
A hand truck moving very heavy treasure around is stored in the treasure room. Sure.
Okay, fine.
The accused could have easily moved the body with that. Fine.
Trail of bloodstains?
Blood? Is there any fingerprints? Bruh. And after all that hard work to knock out all those insights, backed into the old familiar corner once more. Mr. Rad, do you have a rebuttal?
Yeah.
I'm drawing a total blank here.
You underestimate his power!
I hope you're ready to climb that scaffold.
I have the high ground, patrol!
I asked you a question, Defense. I've got nothing. I can't think of any grounds for an objection. The only thing to do at this point is to ask the defendant himself what happened. But I don't know if Albie will cooperate with me or not. Albie. Will you tell us what really happened? He might be trying to cover for someone. You don't have to say anything, accused. Fall for his evil trap and you'll only dirty your own soul. Albie, you have to tell me the truth. I can't help you unless you do.
Mr. Wright, I'm sorry.
Why? Why won't he trust me?
You're a dirty defense lawyer.
Is this it? Is this the end for both of us? Maya, I'm sorry. And she grew up. She tall. She tall.
I never met a real lawyer before. Everybody always told me they're bad people who help dirty criminals go free.
They eat babies and roll in blood and have Jewish space lasers.
I never thought a lawyer would actually try to help me, would actually believe in me, would risk his own life for me. I never would have imagined it.
Albie.
So, that's why I lied, to try and save myself. But I'm not going to lie anymore. If you believe in me enough to put your life on the line, then I'm going to believe in you too. Oh, he's so cute. Yeah. Boop, boop.
Sorry, a friend just messaged me. Just keep an eye on the messaging for me. Donka. What?
Oh, yes. Allow me to explain!
It reminds me of, what's his face? Like, yeah.
The
Power Kid. Now we're talking. Time to finally get to the bottom of things.
To be honest, I went into the treasure room lots of times to look at the treasure box.
Even though the temple told you weren't allowed to go anywhere near
Robin,
it.
that's right.
Yes, I'm sorry. Mr. Roll even saw me once and scolded me. But that box is so beautiful. The way it glows in the dark. I couldn't help myself.
Wait, it glows in the dark?
That's right. It's covered in this special mineral called fluorinite that makes it glow. It's absolutely breathtaking. It's really a shame they don't put it on display for the public. Can you imagine how many people would go on night tours of the temple if they did? Think of the money I could make as a tour guide. I could make a killing.
If only he applied such passion to telling me the truth earlier.
Treasure box updated in the courtroom records. Bloop. It glows in the dark.
On the day of the incident, I was on my way to the treasure room again. when I ran into Mr. Roll on the Great Stairs.
So those were not just treasure room stairs in the seance vision.
No, they were the Great Stairs that connect the hallway.
Makes sense. The vision wasn't clear enough to show us what was going on at the top of the stairs. All right, updated.
All of a sudden, Mr. Roll drew his gun and threatened me with it. I quickly put my hands up. Mr. Roll, he acted so scary. For some reason, he had his scarf over his mouth. I couldn't read his expression at all. Just then, the power went out, so I took the chance to hightail it out of there. I ran for my life. Even now, when I try to think back on it, all I can remember are the gun and the piercing look in Mr. Roll's eyes. That must have been when I dropped the notice scroll.
Which means someone else brought it to the treasure room, along with Mr. Roll's body. Did Mr. Roll say anything to you when you ran into him on the stairs? What is it, Albie?
I have no idea why, but he asked me a strange question. Did you steal it? He said.
What?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't say all this before. I didn't think anybody would believe me.
A grand speech! One that confirmed my suspicions that you were the thief! Ah, a thief but not a killer. Difference.
Objection!
But that might have just been the victim's misunderstanding.
Objection!
Where there's smoke, there's fire, as they say. The victim must have had a good reason to be suspicious of the accused. Why does every piece of new evidence, why does every new piece of information have to seem so incriminating?
Shadow, what do I do, Shadow?
And what better reason to suspect the boy than seeing the treasure box in his hands? But he didn't see it in his hands.
Yeah.
In the course of his rounds, the victim must have noticed the treasure had been stolen. And then, just after that, he ran into the accused. I'll be your guide.
No, that's not what happened.
Therefore, the one who stole the treasure and killed the victim can be none other than the accused.
Ah! Ah!
The hell? Oh!
What the fuck?
It's a pepperonis! It's a pepperino! Pain is Vic. Oh, good lord. Like Vic Mignogna, like he does he do like the actual anime voice, or does he do the, or is he just like, just the overall voice actor for him?
I don't know. Let's.
What now? Oh, his name is Shadow.
This is Shadow.
Shadow, oh, okay. Barf, barf, barf. Oh, he's got a little Nakatama crest on the head. So cute. The objection voice. Oh, okay.
Shadow, down, boy!
Well, what do we have here?
I'm sorry about this. This is my dog, Shadow.
Oh, barf, 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 barf. You nearly gave me a heart attack. So that's what was making his bag move. Barf, 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 barf. Can't you quiet that yappy mutt down?
Shadow says that Mr. Roll made a mistake.
You can understand him?
I've been to the metaverse and he's my guide.
Don't tell me this is a surprise witness for the defense. I beg your pardon? You're not thinking of cross-examining an animal, are you? Will it wouldn't be your first time. Of course not, your majesty. Not this time, anyway. His gasp in pain. Okay, okay.
Oh.
Phew. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I thought I'd have to reassess my assessment of your sanity for a second there. I think I'd better reassess my strategy, and fast. I have to somehow show that somebody else could have struck the victim, or was sunk. While it's true the defendant was standing in front of the victim when he died, it doesn't mean somebody else couldn't have struck the victim at that time. If you're going to go that far, then I hope this means you have another angle of approach already. Exactly! I mean, who but the accused, standing front and center, could have done it?
Someone from behind!
Unless you can back up your claim, it's nothing more than conjecture. Okay, come on, Phoenix. I know you can think of something convincing. Where else could the victim have been struck from? Behind. There.
Yeah.
From the butt. In the butt.
What? In the butt,
In the butt. Good enough. With the defendant standing in front of the victim, isn't it possible the victim could have been struck from behind? From behind, you say? I see. Yes, I suppose it's not outside the realm of possibility. Good. Now at least I have some breathing room. But who do you suppose it could have been? Oh, the true culprit, naturally. The one who actually committed the theft and murder. The true culprit? And I suppose you have a true timeline of events to go along with that. I should have known I'd have to explain everything. All right, if we assume the culprit struck the victim from behind, then that means... After going to the treasure room and stealing the treasure, the true culprit tried to escape. But when Mr. Dole appeared, making his rounds, I imagine the culprit then quickly hid in the storeroom at the other end of the hallway. You're grasping at straws, Mr. Wright. Admit it, you have nothing but baseless conjecture. I'm going to look for something to base it on right now. Albie, when you ran into Mr. Roll in the hallway, was there anyone else around the storeroom area?
I don't know.
The dog is just like,
There might have been somebody there, but I couldn't see. I was only halfway down the stairs, so I couldn't see the end of that hallway.
I see. Swing and a miss.
No! Shadow says that someone was there!
I see. Thank you for that. Too bad his testimony is inadmissible. You think this is a joke? You think this is some kind of fucking joke? Maybe the defendant didn't happen to see this other person. But that doesn't mean the true culprit couldn't have been there in the hallway. Your desperate floundering is getting hard to watch. But I will enjoy watching you sink. What are you talking about? Oh, he's got another fucking, he's got another witness.
Yep.
Unfortunately for you, only the accused and the victim were there in the hallway at the time of the incident. How can you continue to make that assertion? Because there was a witness, a very reliable witness.
The witness puts a third person in that hallway.
Yeah. Your Majesty, the prosecution would like to call its witness to the stand. Calling an eyewitness to the stand, It's been decades since that's happened. And unlike the defense's witness, you can rest assured there will be no pets involved.
Classic.
That was a low blow. Fuck you, bitch! I'll kill you!
Okay, well.
Super aggressive, Shadow. Very well, I'll allow it. And now for something we've not heard in quite. And now for something we've not heard. And now for something we've not heard in quite some time. Bring the witness to the stand.
Oh, that was null. I had not had to say that in a long time.
A very reliable witness who is totally not the killer, I promise.
Exactly.
No way. Oh, should I just give him...
Secret tunnel.
Should I give him, like, Secret Jesus?
Secret tunnel. Secret.
Witness, please state your name and occupation. Peace, love, and understanding. Peace, love, and understanding.
Yeah.
Peace, love, and understanding is the name. I'm like Temple's head monk. Can you dig? Oh, he's got a cool jazz vibe. All right. Oh, if it isn't instructor understanding, you're the eyewitness. Please state your name and occupation and how you murdered this man.
I don't remember how the rest of the song goes, but then it goes
and died.
And that's how I did it, Your
Are you
Honor.
sure you didn't see the, Are you sure you're not the murderer? Yeah, I'm sure. Murderer says what? What? We got him! Guilty! Instructor. Not only is Mr. Understanding Temple's head monk, but he's also renowned. He's also a renowned Damelon expert. I'm sorry to have to ask, but what's a Damelon? Yeah. Check it. Here she is, my sweet serenader, my one and only, groovy, right? But if you heard our sultry sound once before, brother. When dragon and tiger bat tool. That's the song from the Dance of Devotion. Right on, brother. The Song of Ceremony. Play Freebird! Playing this tune together is a precious gig for me and my girl here, you dig? The Song of Ceremony. The song that was playing at the time of the murder. Oh, Holy Mother. May the righteous sounds of my Damelon serve as my offering to you. Wonderful. A great performance as always. This is my thing, you know, my bag. I make instruments speak, baby. By the by, Magistrate Pops. No Damelon class today? Oh, he missed the Damelon class, that's why. No, I'm afraid this trial has gone into overtime, thanks to the lawyer over there. The class the judge wanted to attend was a Damelon lesson? Well, you know what they say, baby. Never trust the lawyer man. That's a reference to a song.
Oh.
But transgressors against the Holy Mother have to be brought to justice. Thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Understanding. As the treasure's keeper, you must have been shocked to learn it had been stolen. Yeah, man, that was not cool. Keeping the treasure safe is one of your duties, keeping the treasure safe is one of your duties, Mr. Understanding. That's right, brother. This here is the one and only treasure box key. And I keep it on me at all times, can you dig? But the sneaky thief went and cracked open that sucker anyway. Total bummer, man.
If any real lawyers have played this game and given their thoughts on it,
Oh, yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Legal Eagle. I think
Yeah.
Legal Eagle has done it. The problem is they discard a lot of obvious things that have in practical law. Things like you can't just provide evidence. Surprise testimony and surprise evidence isn't a thing that you can do in real law. It's very boring. Before you go into a trial, all the evidence and all the testimony basically gets laid out on the floor between the two lawyers, so they can actually look at it and be like, is it worth it or is it not worth it? Because the whole thing is just not to waste each other's time. Mm-hmm. You don't know the specifics of that person. You don't know like the literal what's the word I'm looking for? The testimony verbatim. You just know what that person is going to be talking about, right? I know real lawyers have played the original trilogy, but this game, this Korean Kangaroo Court. Oh no, this is completely different. This is more
Probably not.
This is different. Like, has any lawyer been subject to like what's it called? Legit spirit channeling? No.
I mean, if you are a real lawyer and you've gotten this far, you've like, you know, you've already accepted that there's a level of disbelief.
Yeah.
But yeah, most lawyers will only react to the first case, or at least the first game.
So that's the key to the treasure box, is it?
Which is a pretty good like baseline. It's like, how much bullshit can you take, and then is it fun enough to continue? Yeah, go ahead.
You know it, baby. It's called the Magatama Key, and it's a historical artifact to boot. It's been passed down from head monk to head monk at Timbul Temple. The Magatama Key, huh? Yeah. And now someone's jacked the treasure on my watch. It's a real buzzkill, man. How am I ever gonna face her holiness again? Oh, Holy Mother, please find it in your infinite mercy to forgive me. Please guide this lost and humble lamb. Why do I always get the far out ones? Mr. Understanding, you witnessed the accused and the victim heading to the treasure room. You know it, baby. Best believe I scoped that tiny transgressor. Would you please give the court your testimony regarding what you saw? To bring justice against the transgressor man. Yes, of course. I'll do all that I can.
At least this game has no, at no point does it take itself seriously as a lawyer game.
Yeah.
So I would imagine, I'm sure there are lawyers who have, well, actually, no, I can't say, even Alicia worked in law.
Yeah.
And
she loves Phoenix Wright.
Yeah.
In the name of her holiness, I vow to sing, not but the truth, I swear to bring. Hey, man. Oh, he's actually fucking singing, okay.
It's just at one point you're just you know what, this is enough for me to suspend my disbelief and just
enjoy.
Have fun.
Because of the idea of presenting the cases, providing motive and murder weapons and stuff tends to follow the basis of law pretty closely.
I mean, as long as you just play it as a mystery game.
Yeah. And then the fact that everyone's able to pull fucking random bits of what's the word? Random bits of evidence, and people will just be like, yeah, that's fair. I found this at the crime scene, and you didn't give it to the police. No, then how do I know you actually got it from there? But they just take your word for it, right? Yeah. Okay. It is 6:09. Nice. I'm gonna go ahead and call it for today as we proceed to the final half of the first trial. We'll get back to this next Sunday, and hopefully I'll have some funky, cool alerts ready for everybody. Until then, I hope you come back and see us again. If you haven't already followed, feel free to hit that follow button. Hit subscribe if you want to avoid all those pesky ad alerts and stuff like that. If you want to see us play this other games, if you want us to see us play these games in the past, we have a YouTube channel and it has everything from Ace Attorney 1 to now. So yeah, feel free to go ahead. Until then, you can come see us on the channel. We're 5 people who play video games. Today is my day, and I play things like Bad Boy Stubs and story games like this. On occasion I'll play some more AAA games like Mass Effect, mostly things with nice story. I was thinking about doing an Assassin's Creed game playthrough, but it's so long and arduous. I don't know if I want to, because it's so hard to keep people interested. It's such a lengthy, in-depth game, but we'll see. If you like, you can also hit us up on Discord. Our Discord has a suggestion channel where you can just put in what you want, and we will get around to doing so. Tomorrow, what day is it tomorrow? Monday, that's going to be Ash's day. I think she's finally got around to starting up a new game. I don't know what it's going to be. But prior to that, they were playing Mario Party. Tuesday is going to be Joyce. She's playing Persona 4, Golden Edition. Wednesday is going to be James or Colston?
James.
What's James playing again? Wildermyth, yeah, he's continuing with Wildermyth. Thursday, Colston will be playing, he'll be playing Hack Infection, which is really, really cool. It's a very old game, but very, very, very cool game. And then Friday is our free day where we don't really do much. And then Saturday is a multiplayer stream where we all come together. Maybe not all of us, but most of us will try to come together and play a game. We've been playing Hold Fast. It's been really fun just to dick around. It's not exactly a game-breaking game. It's just fun to dick around in. And on Sunday, we'll be back with this. So, yeah, thank you so much for joining us here today. I will see you next time. In the meantime, keep happy, healthy, and I will... and we'll be back later.
Yeah.
Later. Yeah. Anyway, bye.
Bye.
Yeah, what I saw, baby.